Ladies and gentlemen, have you noticed how Mr. Testify firmly believes that the so-called Islamic dilemma is a powerful argument? So much so that he made his own video about it. Unfortunately for Mr. Testify, he seems unaware of the reality behind the Islamic dilemma. And that reality is this: then the Bible must be true. But if the Bible is true, they argue, it would prove the Quran false. This logic, however, is fundamentally flawed. Why? Because their argument hinges on a contradiction. They suggest that the Bible, which they believe needs the Quran's validation to be recognized as from God, can somehow disprove the very Quran that validates it. If the Quran were false, then everything it says about the Bible would also be false, including any confirmation of the Bible's divine origin. The critics, without realizing it, are stuck in a self-defeating loop. Every time he and his friends bring up this argument, they end up defeating themselves without
Christianity
even
has been
realizing.
booming for centuries. There are 20 million Christians worldwide, about the size of Florida's population today. These people believe they're worshiping the true God, guided by sacred texts called the Gospels. Life's good, right? But according to Islam, there's a twist. Allah declares, nope, they're wrong. They're following corrupted books. So he sends Muhammad as the final prophet with the Quran, the ultimate uncorrupted revelation. Sounds like a solid plan, but there's a big problem. If Allah's mission was to guide Christians back to the truth, his approach seems, well, let's just say questionable. The Quran says that it's a clear book, yet its messaging about the Gospels, not so much. You see, Islam claims Allah gave Jesus a perfect, flawless book called the Gospel. But by Muhammad's time, poof, it's gone, missing for over 500 years.
Since Mr. Testify enjoys taking us back in time to the era of Jesus, peace be upon him, let's ask a crucial question. Was Jesus given the Bible or the Gospel? This question is incredibly important. Why? Because if it can be proven that Jesus was given the Bible, then Christians today would still have the same book that was given to Jesus. But if it's proven that Jesus was given the Gospel, then it becomes clear that Christians do not have the same book that was given to Jesus. Instead, they have something else entirely, something the Quran references in chapter 2, verse 79. Woe to those who write the book with their own hands and then say, "This is from Allah," to exchange it for a small price. Even the Bible itself contradicts Mr. Testify's claim. In Mark 1, verse 14, it says, "After the arrest of John, Jesus went into Galilee, proclaiming the gospel of God." The Quran, too, supports this. In chapter 5, verse 46, it states, "And we sent, following in their footsteps, Isa Jesus, the son of Maryam, confirming that which came before him in the Torah. And we gave him the Injil gospel, in which was guidance and light, confirming that which preceded of the Torah as guidance and instruction for the righteous." Asterisk. Here we see a clear agreement between the Quran and the Bible. Jesus was given the gospel, not the Bible. So, the real question now is, who wrote the Bible and where did it come from? It's obvious that the Bible was not given to Jesus. Mr. Testify would have us believe that Jesus was given the Bible and that Jesus preached about his life to people. But if this were true, it would mean Jesus preached about events that hadn't even happened yet, like his crucifixion and resurrection, while they were being written into the very Bible he was supposedly preaching from. Does this make any
Instead, Christians
sense?
have the Gospels,
Of course not.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, which Islam calls corrupted. Allah supposedly wants Christians to ditch these books and follow Muhammad instead. Simple, right? Well, not really. Check out Quran 5:46-47. We gave Jesus the Gospel, containing guidance and light, so let the people of the Gospel judge by what Allah has revealed in it. Wait, judge by what? The Gospel? You mean the one we have zero historical record of? That's like a teacher telling you to study for a textbook that doesn't exist. Good luck. But it gets a lot worse. Allah refers to Jesus' revelation as the Gospel, but Christians already call their 4 books the Gospels. Same term, totally different things. Why use the same word for both? If the Quran is
Things get even more interesting when Mr. Testify quotes Quran chapter 5, verse 47, which says, "Let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah has revealed therein. If anyone fails to judge by what Allah has revealed, they are among the rebellious." Now, it's crucial to understand who the people of the gospel are. When we examine the context of this verse, it becomes clear that Allah is referring to the disciples of Jesus, not modern-day Christians. Why? Because the gospel was revealed to Jesus, and he taught it to his disciples, not to Christians, who don't possess the original gospel given to Jesus, but instead have a Bible containing 4 gospels written by different authors. So, the real question for Mr. Testify and others is this: where is the original gospel of Jesus? If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let's spread the truth far and wide.